2023 D D D D D D D D.
Who's the guy who conquers death? The mister with the whispers when Mumbo forgets. After introducing Pearl and Gem to say we're settling a continent. Shoulder to shoulder, surrounded by water, beyond which reset, risk your face if you wanna. We live close, we build close, we speak in proximity. Season 8's here today, still in its infancy. Mumbo is saying go, everyone's cheering, suddenly scattering, always unfearing. Though it passed by without Mumbo mentioning, there's a crew, you know who to keep you adventuring. Asuma securing villagers, Pearl on fine architecture, Joe grabbing supplies, ready to throw at the first fools who die. Bring on the creepers, bring on the flames. Ready to black crew will get you going again. The very first to die, B-double-O don't cry. Pops and quite chagrin, takes some apples and he flies. Zombie Cleo's next, needs an axe for the road. Geared up and cheered up, she's off with some lows. Gemini Tay appears slain by Jevin, but B-dubs is back before Joe loads the first chest in. Then Pearl's killed by Cleo, who Joe had armed previously. Then Cleo's dead too per Isco mischievously. Impulse SV got blown up by a creeper, says he won't be back, but how can he be sure? Bring on the creepers, bring on the flames. The resupply crew will get you going again. The resupply crew. Asuma laddering a mine shaft. The resupply crew. Pearl egging a shell. The resupply crew. Joe lavaing a portal. Yo, you're immortal, here's a doorway to hell.
Who's the guy? Who's the guy?
Who's the guy who struck his first die encircled suddenly by three of his friends? Tango, Corrales, and B-double-O, all armed and armored to shake down Joe. Threats bacon triplicate fully surrounded. Joe took to the sky with Cobble unbounded. Lava to dump on the brigands below, or on himself. This direction, let's go! Heading down to somewhere with coordinates in hand. Bridging and a tunneling connecting flower forest land. Cleo is away, so Joe leaves her a saddle. He hopes as he does she won't use it for battle. Returning to World Spawn and lighting his tunnel, he keeps striking lava and dies a whole bundle. And droughts hunting squids, though he tried his best. But no worries, back at World Spawn there's a resupply chest. Bring on the creepers, bring on the flames. The resupply crew will get you going again. One chest becomes four, labeled in stock. The shell thickens yet with smooth sandstone block. Bushes are placed, ravines are filled in. Also the hermits can keep adventuring. If dying is losing, then living is winning. Episode's done, but the show's just beginning. Pick up some tools, some potatoes and steak, and show 'em you're real, give 'em season 8. The summer is past, but your days keep growing longer. There's no wind in your sails, but the storm's blowing stronger. Walking hard, standing tall, keeping your head up through it all. Fighting fires, spinning plates. Goodness, how did it get so late? Down and dream. Lay your head down and lay your head down and dream. Lay your head down and just let your mind flow downstream. Sprawled out in a moonbeam. Lay your head down and dream. Joe Hills is filmed before a live streaming audience.
That's us! Howdy, y'all. Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee, and tonight y'all are my live streaming audience. Welcome, one and all. We got lots of familiar faces in multiple chats. We are streaming in 3 places. Twitch.tv. That's why I've actually got my Powered by Twitch cup here. Boom. Twitch.tv/Joe Hills. YouTube.com/Joe Hills TSD. And JoeHills.net/live. And we're going to keep simulcasting as long as we can. I'm still trying to hear back from Twitch about what their new policy is and how to get express advanced written permission for simulcasting. But I know that y'all love watching the show on Twitch, so I want to make it happen if they'll let me. There might be some workarounds there, but they shouldn't be necessary. We should have no problem getting that set up. In theory, they'll just send us back some written permission and we're good to go. But if not, we have some backup plans. Like, even if where you live you can't watch YouTube, I am streaming at joehills.net/live. That is an experimental thing that I'm hosting on my own website. It doesn't have any chat, so you would still have to chat either on the YouTube chat or the Discord chat. It takes a few seconds longer to load. There may be not as many options as you're used to with Twitch or YouTube. But hey, it is a possibility. I don't want anybody worrying that I'm going to abandon them just because Twitch kicks me out. Because it is possible if I can't get written permission and I'm like, well, fine, I'm not going to simulcast. I'm going to do something slightly different that should be different enough. And then they decide, nope, that is still simulcasting, you're banned. If I get banned from Twitch, you'll need to have a place to watch me. Mini Mango Music says, how are you hosting that stream on your website? Well, I worked in technology for many years and actually helped people set up video streaming solutions as part of my day job. So I'm using a little bit of my own expertise combined with third-party service in order to experimentally host that. The short answer is I'm renting a server and paying money for it. But I also had to know a little bit about how to set it up. But this is not necessarily a off-the-shelf option for everyone to use. But for someone with my experience and the fact that this is already a commercial show, it's viable. Speaking of this being a commercial show, we are $4 away from our next face camera expansion milestone. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/joehills and YouTube Super Chat. Okay. So we're going to fly up here. And we are currently in the process of trying to find 9 stacks of diamonds. And woo boy, are we doing a really terrible job. It is not going well. We are not 9 stacks of diamonds, 9 blocks of diamonds. We've got 5 blocks and 4. And so if we get enough diamonds, we can go build this big fancy thing. Asuma has this thing where he's like, pay me 9 blocks of diamonds and you can get a bunch of shulkers. And since we just gave Pearl another 70 shulkers on the morning stream, we're actually running kind of low on shulkers. Our shulker sitch is not fantastic. So it would be really great if I could go get all of those shulkers from Asuma. But I do need 9 diamond blocks to be able to afford that. And quite frankly, we're not there. Maybe I can check the button. Great suggestion. The button's a great way to get some diamonds. Yeah, I'm sorry that the YouTube button is... The YouTube Twitch... Or not YouTube Twitch. The YouTube mobile app is giving people problems at the same time that Twitch is being dumb. Sorry about that, y'all. Lysander, thank you for the 1. That's going to put us $3 away from the next face camera expansion milestone. Yep. Okay. So, let's go over... Where is that thing? Whoa! What is this, a new guppy geyser? New guppy geyser just dropped everybody. What? Are these enchanted arrows and the... Oh, wow. That is very cool. Uh-oh, night is turning into... happening now. I was gonna say day's turning into night. Okay, we got distracted. There's a bed in the AFK area here. Okay. Oh, I realized I'm in the wrong Discord channel. There we go. Evening, NJ. Glad to see you tonight. Okay. Nope, looks like that button is quite a ways from being pressed. That is a pretty cool trick, though. Pretty cool trick. Oh, boy. I spent a lot of the afternoon setting up my a test rig for when I'm going to be traveling. I'm going to be streaming from my laptop. I bought a new mic stand and a new portable mic interface. And I'm very excited about sharing that with y'all when I'm on the road in a few weeks. I think we might do a test stream of that sometime this weekend. I don't want to set a time for that because it's not, like, entirely set up yet. And so, like, it'll be at the point where I'm like, okay, I think this is set up enough that we should test it. But I don't know how long it's going to take me to get it to the point where I feel confident testing it. Because if I turn on the stream too early, it's like, oh, this is completely broken. I need to shut off the stream again, right? I need to fix... If I had to restart the computer to get it to the point where it's usable, then it's a bad time to do a test stream. Yep, we got a duck blind for the button. Okay. Do 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 do. Dun 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 dun. Do 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 do. Banned for impersonation. That is definitely not the real one. Okay. Also, their account was created on the same day as a bunch of other imposter accounts. So, yeah, if y'all see me banning a bunch of people, it's like they didn't look like they did anything wrong. There's, we've had some imposter issues lately. So I've had to be looking at some behind-the-scenes tools to confirm that people are the same person who keeps creating those accounts and then ban them. Sorry about that. Twitch has a nice option. This is the sort of thing YouTube needs to get better at. YouTube needs an option to say, like, almost all my regulars on my YouTube chat have had YouTube accounts since 2013. Right? So, whereas almost all of these spam or imposter channels were created in the last month. And so then it's like, you know, on Twitch you can just say, don't let anybody post in the chat who has created an account more recently than X number of days. So, hey, Timothy O'Connor, thank you for the 20. That's going to get us 17 past our next face camera expansion milestone. So here we go. It's time to expand, Joe. Do. And that puts us 3 away from the next face camera expansion milestone and the entrance of the Jost. Timothy O'Connor writes, banned for impersonation sounds like the name of a cover group that does weddings and corporate events. That's not... Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. That does fit. Okay. Where was I? Oh, yeah. We were going to make some more... what do you call these? Torches. And then we were going to go down here. Goodbye, Pug the Master. Have a good shift at work. Da 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 da. Dee da dee da dee 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 da. Okay, so okay. I feel like I need to raise the ceiling in this back area here. Wait, where did that zombie come from? That's not good if zombies can just roll in. Oh, wait. That can't be... How did I route around that? Yep, so that's going to be a problem there. Hope you get better soon, Rambo Wheels. Just checking on something real quick. Welcome, Agricultural Arsenal. Glad you could join us. Okay, make sure I've got the right things set up over here. Whew. Yeah, I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. I took a nap this afternoon, and I got my audio stuff, like, rough tested. I haven't done a test stream yet. I just did, like, some rough, like, making sure the drivers were installed, checking the mic connections. I might need to order a cable or two to streamline things, because I've got, like, a USB-C to A adapter, but that's not really optimal. I'd rather just have, like, something that I can plug in directly. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, okay, cool. How are we still not finding any diamonds? Come on. We'll take these for Impulse at least. These have a value. Impulse does love his gold. Dang it, really? Okay, so this route's around that. Well, that was maybe not my best plan ever. Have I planned to try out the Evil X boss battle? Yes, but not tonight. I am not fully awake. And that's, I've got a big day tomorrow, too, so I can't be up late. But yeah, I've got an early morning tomorrow, and some high, important stuff to knock out. So, don't want to burn my brain cells right now. Just having a chill evening. Oh, cool. Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, that's some good news. I need to record something with the okay. Wow, there's like a bunch of HermitCraft messages that I didn't notice earlier. About Okay. Sorry, there's a bunch of arguments about replay mod, VIP lounge. Let's see what's going on here. What's in the replay mod GitHub? Oh wow, somebody opened a Git thing here. Replay mod. Okay. None of this is vital. Sorry. I'm just gonna keep going. How is it everywhere I go there's like more lava and no diamonds? Okay. Oh, have fun at your friend's wedding, NJ. The lava ate all the diamonds. I mean, honestly, it wouldn't surprise me at this point. The rate we're getting the... Okay. Noxonimus says, Joe, you might be a little low for optimal diamond finding. Yeah, clearly. Because this is not optimal diamond finding, I'll tell you that. Search 10 or 15 blocks higher. Really? That much higher? Is Tango's anti-shop still open and stocked? Ooh. Thank you, Creepy Minecart Noise. That's a good reminder to check out Tango's anti-shop. Yeah, we might want to do that yet. Like, on the one hand, it's not bad that we're gathering more materials to share with our friend Pearl. But on the other hand, this is eating way more time than I expected. Quill says, I know you've been busy, Joe, but have you seen all these new stream? You were right about the first part. I didn't know that he... Like, I mean, I know he streams in general, but I didn't know he was streaming something new like that. I'll have to check that out. Like, this is the last week before my kid goes away for the summer, so things have just been super hectic here. Cub says optimal is -54 if you strip mine and cave. Strip mine alone is -59 as long as you don't mind the lava. I think we're at... So, I don't know the numbers of the level we're at. We're just at the one near the bedrock. Yeah, so I had a really good showing last night at an out-of-town pinball tournament I took my kid to. It would be a little far to go on a school night, but since there's no school, I took her last night, and she actually qualified for semifinals for the first time. She finished, so basically it was like a 20-something person tournament, and the top 8 people in the qualifying round, there were 9 rounds of games. The top 8 players in that 9 rounds of games would move on to semifinals, and the top 4 from that move on to finals. And she finished qualifying in 7th, and I finished qualifying in 6th. And so that was really cool. We actually ended the tournament with myself in 5th place and my daughter in 8th. So that was a lot of fun. But her closest victory was on round 9 of qualifying. She got 1st place on Mouse and Around. I don't know if you all have played Mouse and Around. Yeah, adults and kids were in the same tournament. There were only 2 kids there, though, and they're both some of the better players. Kids have really good reflexes. They don't necessarily have as much experience or know the rules to the different games as well, but in terms of just being able to, like, keep the ball alive, which is a huge thing, they're really quick on their feet. Hey, finally some diamonds. You know what? Maybe there's some survivor bias there, actually. Maybe only the kids who have stupidly good reflexes are the ones that keep coming back. But, yeah. Like, finally we got some diamonds, so that's 1 block there. But anyway, yeah, so the adults and kids are in the same tournament at this event. But people don't bring their kids to this. It's like a $20 entrance fee. People don't bring their kids to compete in this $20 tournament unless they know their kids are actually pretty good at pinball, you know? But yeah, I was really proud of my kid because on the 9th round of qualifying, she was what they would call on the bubble for qualifying, where whoever won on that game of Mouse and Around was going to go on to the semifinals. And whoever didn't was just going to take 9th place in the tournament and go home. And so she actually won by 20 points. The other guy finishes his game, his bonus is tallying, and it stops 20 points short of her score. And this is not a game like James Bond's 60th, where 20 points is like a lot. Like, oh, wow, 20 points, good job. This is a game where you get, like, a score in the millions of points. So, yeah. Welcome, Chloe the Great and Powerful. We just found some diamonds for a change. Woo! Let's go ahead and make sure we haven't missed any PayPal tips. Nope, we're all good. Oh, lava here. And there. Okay, that's the same lava. Okay, we found it. Okay. So, from here... Even Sammy. You're just talking about pinball tournaments, how Corinne qualified for semifinals for her first time at an event last night. It was only my second time qualifying for semifinals. I've made finals once ever, and I took second. But, like, I've been in dozens of tournaments, and I've gotten to finals twice. So, it's not easy. Or I've gotten to semifinals twice. I've gotten to finals once. Can I, like, go around this is the question. Not very far that way, no, but... But yeah, it was an out-of-town event, and then when we got back, there was Country Music Awards traffic, and the whole city was just going bonkers, even though it was very late at night. But it was a lot of fun. So I'm just kind of having a chill recovery day today. Actually, wait, no, I want these to go on that side. A little disoriented because of how we're doing this. Yeah, Sammy, I don't know if there's a Bells and Chimes League out by you, or a women's league, but because I've been taking Corinne to their... In Nashville, the Bells and Chimes or women's league events are on the first Tuesday of every month, and I've been taking my daughter to those. And a few of my friends who moved either to Nashville for the first time or moved back to Nashville recently, who are women, started going as well. And so it's really cool for Corinne to get to hang out with them and my sister. And but all of the other women who attend are like really welcoming and friendly, and seems like it's been a really good way for people to meet new folks when they're new to town and stuff. Not that you're necessarily new to your town, but I know you're you know, currently kind of trying to take some time for yourself. And sometimes taking some time for yourself can mean, like, you know, getting out and hanging out with people that you wouldn't otherwise. Not a huge pinball scene here. Probably have to go to the Bay Area. That's fair. I know that California is kind of uneven about its pinball scene, where it's like some cities are amazing and some cities are not. So, yeah, you know better than you do what's around you. But if it is something that does look reasonable, I've been really impressed at how welcoming an environment it's been for my daughter and my friends. Plesiosaurus says, I didn't know, to be honest, there was a pinball scene. I mean, it depends on what city you're in. Not every city has a pinball scene. DePere, Wisconsin. Yeah, pinball scene. Chicago, Illinois. Yeah, pinball scene. Nashville, Tennessee. Yeah, pinball scene. But, like, not every city. Like, Memphis has a good pinball scene. Plesio says, I hadn't heard of pinball tournaments before just now. They're a great way to meet people. Because every round, you walk up to the machine, and there's 3 other people there. And you're like, hey, I'm Joe Hills. I'm player 3 on this. And then somebody's like, I'm John Smith. I'm player 2. And then another person's like, I'm Jane Doe. I'm player 4. And then somebody's like, has anybody seen Bobby Godot? Bobby Godot's player 1 on this, but I don't know what he looks like. Somebody else is like, we were waiting for Godot earlier. He eventually showed up. He's probably outside smoking. Got some gold. William Comartin says, Joe, what are your thoughts on Twitch saying no multi-streaming for all users, not just partners or people with pay? That's not for all users. That's a little bit disingenuous, William. It's no simulcasting for people that don't have advanced written permission. So I'm in the process of trying to get advanced written permission, and I don't think it's going to be a problem at all. Those folks at Twitch, they're pretty together. They know how to send an email back, presumably. Shouldn't be a problem. It's only a problem if you can't get advanced written permission, is my take. They set this up smart. How's setting up the stream going? Pretty well. We're $3 away from the entrance of the Joust. Kindle is... No, they only rolled the changes back about the branding and sponsorships, not the simulcasts thing. Serena Higgins says, I need to go to the local pinball scene now. It is kind of nice getting to practice. Like, after, like, a few years of not really talking to anybody who didn't live in my apartment, all of a sudden it's like I get to introduce myself to people and have them introduce themselves to me. It's a good way to meet people and be social. Howdy, Mr. Hardlook. Nearest women's tournament to me is definitely in the San Francisco area, says Sammy. Well... Yeah, so I guess you'd kind of have to make, like, a trip of it at that point, but... Still, it could be worth it if the stars align and you had other reasons to be in town that day or whatever. You know, if you're like, okay, I'll go to a ball game in the afternoon, and then I'll go to the tournament that night, get a hotel stay. I guess hotels in San Francisco are probably pretty expensive. Yeah, but, like, I mean, if you were going to make a trip of it, though, it might be worth it. Like... I know that's more of a commitment, obviously, at that point. But, you know, if you try to, like, so, like, for example, the pinball tournament I'm going to in Impair, Wisconsin, I'm going to visit my brother and his wife. Uh-oh. And I'm like, well, you know what? I'm really looking forward to the pinball tournament. But even if I do terribly at the tournament, I really needed to visit my brother and his wife anyway. Because I've been meaning to get up there for, like, a year, and I just haven't been able to make the time, right? So I scheduled both things on the same week. It's like... It's going to be good. But yeah, go visit Manu. Devin Crotty says, I'm still grumpy I didn't get an emails from them about upcoming policy changes. I had to learn all this from Twitter. Yeah. We're just not having a lot of luck with diamonds. Jonathan Kelly says, pinball seems cool. I was never very good at Space Cadet on the computer, but it's fun. Well, the thing about computer pinball is you are limited by the refresh rate on your monitor and, like, input lag and stuff. Like, on a physical pinball machine, it's really direct feedback, you know? You're literally observing the ball at the speed of light. And then you've got a little bit of neural processing time. Whereas, like, something running from your computer to a monitor can sometimes have, like, 400 milliseconds of stupid post-processing. It's like, I can ping a server in Europe faster than it takes for a pixel to update on the monitor with the cheap monitor. It's like, ugh. Oh, boy. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm still wiped out from that late night last night, and I got an early morning tomorrow. And we are out of material. Okay, well, in the short term, I can come here and say I'm going to chug a new potion and put that away and get rid of these. Welcome, Melody Starflare. Glad you could join us. And we're going to toss that. Oh, and we can toss that. Oh, come on. Okay. So I saw a particularly funny tweet earlier. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it again. Let me see if I can... If I just search for Disney, is this the top latest Disney tweet? Yeah, it is. It knows that I liked this one. Yeah. Wow, Disney Plus changed the ending of Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's like just a 24-second video clip. But I thought this was a good edit. Whether or not it was appropriate of Disney to make that choice, some people might dispute, but I think this was a good edit. And I really don't like when people tamper with stuff like this, so for me to be impressed, I think that says something. I obviously can't show the video for copyright reasons, so I posted the tweet in all 3 chats. But yeah, let me know what y'all think about that. Sammy says, I saw it coming, but it still made me laugh. I know, right? It's pretty good. I did not see it coming. I was like, what did Disney do now? I'm a grumpy old Joe. Grumble, grumble, grumble. Everything grumbles me. Wow, this is not a good place to do a... I sound like the lady from Monsters, Inc. I feel like the lady from Monsters, Inc. I am also... Okay, so this is not a good place to be mining. It clearly is what I'm... One of my key takeaways here. I think I could mine this far over. Yeah, okay. Okay, we can consolidate these into a stack. Wazowski, you didn't turn in your shulker boxes last night. I'm watching you, Wazowski. Always watching. Mr. Lane Trey says, what's better, Joe, the Java or Bedrock level? I'm doing a lot better at the Bedrock level searching for diamonds. I was over where the coffee beans grow before trying to find diamonds and did not get any. So I'd recommend Bedrock over Java in this very specific case. Do, 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 do. Do 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 do. Bum ba da da. Bum ba da. Bum ba da 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 da. Okay, so I think we can go around the lava if we go this way far enough. This is not the straightforward mine entrance that I was originally starting with, I'll tell you that. Wait. And we're out of inventory spots now. Yay, Sammy, enjoy your new monitor. NJ says, wow, lol, that was hilarious. Yeah, that's a pretty good Disney Plus edit. What will those geniuses at Walt Disney come up with next? Have I seen Disney's doing a crossover with Kamen Rider? I did not know that. I still haven't seen that new Sheen Kamen Rider. I need to see that. Okay. I also need to find where my exit is. To the mines. I'm worried that we might have overshot our left turn that we need. Yeah, this worries me here. Seeing something like this, a dead end like this, that worries me too. Okay. Serena says, well, the closest pinball to me is in Memphis. And I don't trust myself to go there alone, though some of my family goes there twice a week for gymnastics. Maybe I can go some with them. Yeah, that could be fun, Serena. Welcome, Arson Street Gaming. Good luck on finishing school with your last minute or your final exams there. Sammy says you've effectively created a maze. I know, the goal was to create a more simple mine entrance and exit, and instead I've been routing around all the lava and just created my own, like... It's fine. It's fine. Oh, boy. Just as a quick reminder, if you enjoy the show, this is not an advertiser-supported stream. It's supported by viewers like you. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Oh, I keep forgetting that I left a whole bunch of stuff down there to make it easier. It's fine. Okay. I left some stuff down there to streamline dropping stuff off up here, and then I screwed it up anyway. This will be fixed once we get all the shulkers we need. Okay, 6 out of the 9 diamonds we need. 9 diamond blocks. Whew, okay. Okay. Bum, 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 ba-da-na-na, dun-dun-na, dun-dun-dun. Okay. Am I really setting up the stream? It makes people feel welcome, as Water Lily Waff says, because like they know they haven't like, if you come in and you see the setting up stream sign is there, it means basically whatever I'm doing now is kind of the same thing that I've been doing this whole time. Like, I'm just doing some basic mining, trying to get some diamonds. Like, we're just chilling. Stream's not really set up yet. Like, you're not late. This is basically a sign that says you're not late. Bum, 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 ba-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. So just out of curiosity, have y'all been enjoying... I've been doing occasional Tears of the Kingdom streams. Has anybody here seen any of those? Is there any feedback you'd like to provide, like, about how you'd like me to proceed if I do more of those? Because my daughter is going to be leaving for the summer soon. And my goal was to do more Tears of the Kingdom streams once she was gone, just as kind of a way to cheer myself up, because I'm going to miss her. But, like, you know, it's important for her to spend time with her mom and the other side of the family. So, you know, I'm trying to, you know, it's like, the big reason I haven't done more Tears of the Kingdom yet is I'm like, well, that's what I'm going to play to cheer myself up while she's gone. But I want those streams to be fun for everyone. So if y'all have seen any of the kind of... The streams I've done with it so far have been more kind of test streams. I'm going to start streaming it more seriously. Like, I haven't really done any of the plot stuff yet on purpose. I'm waiting until she leaves to do anything that will, like, move the story forward. And just as I've only half paid attention to prevent story spoilers. Well, NJ, I haven't done anything story-wise. I basically walked all the way to the western end of the map the other day with 4 hearts and a dream in my pocket. Ross Brown says, I've been avoiding watching people stream because I didn't want spoilers. Yeah, that's one of the other reasons that I've been avoiding any of the story parts of the game. I didn't want to spoil it for anybody. Sammy says, I haven't seen them, but if you did like Pokemon, I'm sure it's entertaining. I've been struggling with the voices. I'm out of practice with doing the voices. T, which I'm thinking is Toxic, says, personally, I'd love to see you do non-HermitCraft Minecraft, like a Create series. The big problem with that is it's the same controller and setup as HermitCraft. Like, one of the things that's good about doing the Nintendo stuff is I play with a different controller. So it's using different muscles and stuff. It avoids repetitive stress injuries for me to mix things up when I stream. So if I was going to do more of another series, I would want to do something with a different kind of controller than a keyboard and mouse. Or something that at least controls differently than a first-person game. Because, like, when I play Civ, even though I'm still using a keyboard and mouse, it's, like, a way different... Like, you're interacting with it differently. You're using different muscles and stuff. Minecraft VR, maybe. The Minecraft VR series would be an interesting challenge, and it would have a different user interface. VR streaming is really hard, though, because I need somebody else reading the chat for me. And so that's kind of one of the reasons I stopped doing it. Minecraft with a joystick and throttle lever, suggests Jonathan Kelly. Maybe. Okay. Dave USPS says, I liked your No Man's Sky stream. That was a lot of fun, too. I'm interested in doing more of that, especially now that there's a Mac No Man's Sky. I was actually thinking that that might be a good one to stream when I'm on the road because I'll have my Mac laptop with me. I'm not sure 100% about that. But yeah, that would be interesting. Okay. Okay, so let's take out some of this here. I'm trying to just open it up more in general. Where there's a natural pit, we might as well expand it right into the big pit. Polaris Northstar says Minecraft was beaten with a steering wheel once. Serena Higgins also suggests Minecraft with a Wii steering wheel. One of my friends actually used to play Smash Brothers with the Wiimote in the steering wheel controller, and he played as Captain Falcon. And Captain Falcon had a Smash Ball ability where his car would like fly through the stage and knock everybody out. And my friend, he would be holding the steering wheel, and he'd be like, "Oh God, it's not responding. The brakes! Oh my God, I've lost control. Everybody, get out of the way! Get out of the way for the love of God!" And just like fly through there, and just kill everybody. But yeah, the same friend, every time he ate the spicy pasta, which makes you shoot fire out of your mouth, would be like, oh no, it's too hot. It's too hot. Why do I always order this? You always tell me it's going to be too hot, and I never believe you. I should know better by now. I do have amusing friends. That's why it's easy for me to be so humble. I've been surrounded by incredible people for most of my life, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm pretty great, but like, I mean, so is everybody. And then I talk to other people, and they're like, no, everybody's not great. And I'm like, what? What do you mean? Of course everybody's great. And they're like, no, Joe, a lot of people suck. I'm like, what? No! That doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound like other people. And they're like, I hate to break it to you, buddy. Okay, so let's dump some of this surplus material. Sammy says, that's how I felt after I ordered the hot chicken at a higher level than you warned me about. Hey, welcome, Ryan. The server says version hidden from driver. Philip Grant says, I'm really enjoying the Tears of the Kingdom streams. I like watching you solve the puzzles. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with those too. I really like the puzzle shrines. I don't like the fighting shrines, but I like the puzzle shrines. Yeah, this is... It might feel like we're making slow progress on this, but like... This is feeling pretty cool. As I fly through here, like... There's still parts that I don't love. I don't want this part here to be flat like this. We're going to have this curve down more or whatever. But, like, on the whole, I'm looking at this and I'm like, compared to where this started, where this was just more plywood in a straight line, and now it's this hole. It's a pretty good hole. Didn't bring any extra totems. Okay. Okay. So we got 6.5 out of the 9 diamonds we need for diamond blocks we need for Isuma. We're gonna grab some spare food and 2 extra totems. Gonna drop off this extra material, and I think we are gonna be back on our way mining. Yeah, right now we're waiting on replay mod. Voice chat is definitely in. There's a few other mods that are nice to have but not required. But really, replay mod and voice chat are the 2 like must-haves. And voice chat looks like it's just updated. Replay mod, I haven't seen any news on. Oh, we need to actually chug the potion of fire resistance before we fly into that wall. Pop it like a tot. Pop it like a tot. Pop it like a tot. Okay, so can we route around the damage on this lava here, going this way? Yep, that's an easy fix. Dang it. Immediate failure. Okay. Go in 3 blocks this way. Nope, we hit that lava. Then we tried going 3 blocks that way. We hit the lava there too. Okay. So we're going to keep going. Keep coming back. Oh yeah, I keep coming back. I keep coming back to this deep slate mine with the fortune 3 pick that I find. Lava at every turn behind. More deep slate. Okay, looks like we tried to go this way and then gave up. Okay. But if we go this way... we found it. We found the end. We found the end of this stupid lava. So now that means we can go past it. And go this way. Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Do 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 dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum bum. Might be more productive to trap and camp the button. No. Definitely not. We would not. Even if we waited until it got to yellow, we get 3 diamonds. I did see that the bed mod updated for 120. I was very excited about that. Thank you, Toxic, for working hard to get that available for all of us who depend on you. Oh, hey, more diamonds. I was like, oh, what's that blue thing? That looks familiar. I've dreamed of finding that. 5 diamonds. Woo! Also, if y'all were on the fence about watching Silo after I started talking about it a few days ago or a few weeks ago, I was curious. I was like, there's some choices in this adaptation I'm not sure are gonna be the best choices. I'm curious to see what they do with it, but I'm approaching this dubiously. Now that we're a few more episodes in, there are definitely a lot of bold choices made in the adaptation, and I haven't fully seen the whole season yet, but it's the sort of thing that it looks like they're paying off. Like, I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, they're adapting this for a visual medium. They're making some decisions here, but what's Silo on? It's Apple Television. It's based on the show, or sorry, it's based on the novel Wool by Hugh Howry. I just read all of the Hugh Howry books before watching the show, because I heard good things about the show, but I like to familiarize myself with source material first. I was like, these are some really good books. Okay, you have my attention. Now I'm gonna see how the show is, and I started watching the show. And I'm like, ooh, this is a lot different in a lot of ways. But the more I watch it, I'm like, I'm seeing why the choices they made are smart for a visual medium. I feel like it's, in some ways, it's like a good adaptation. Even if they have to change parts of the plot or things about the characters, like the theme and the tone still resonate the same way. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of so one of the themes in Silo is this tension between the impetus to accept the world as it is, because from a pragmatic standpoint, if you accept the world as it is, you can do something about it within reason, right? If you're like, hey, I'm willing to accept the status quo, I'm willing to take a job at a bank or at a government or whatever, you can be like, okay, maybe there's some ways we could refine the way these policies are implemented, but like, you know what, I want to get in there and I want to get work done, right? But then if you're somebody who's like, man, I think the entire banking system is broken or the entire government system is broken, short of like actually overthrowing the government, you're not going to be able to do much, right? You're going to be like, okay, well, I'm going to live in my own situation and accept that, I'm going to opt out of participating, right? It's kind of about opting in or opting out of participating in the current status quo. And the current status quo is very dangerous and bad because it's about people who live in like a 150-story silo underground after the apocalypse. And like there's a lot of problems with that. And so some people are trying to just get by. Some people want to see things improve broadly. Some people want to see things improve marginally. You know what I mean? And so it's about kind of the tension between different levels of dissatisfaction with the world around you and trying to determine how much you're willing to do to change it. Or how much can you do before you push your luck and are disqualified from changing it, right? So, yeah, it's a very, very interesting story. I like the books a lot. I recommend them. The show takes a very different approach to a lot of the elements from the book. And so I don't think you're necessarily ruining it if you watch the show first or read the books first, because they're different. But thematically, I feel like it's pretty solid. Serena Higgins says, A Mice and Men movie was the best adaptation of a book into a movie. It's shot for shot, scene for scene, exactly what was on the page, basically. And that is an opportunity that some novelists create. But not every book is written like that, right? If you have a story where a lot of the action is inside of people's heads, or a lot of the tension is inside of people's heads, in order to tell that story well on screen, you need to balance more dialogue sometimes, or you need to figure out a voiceover, or things like that. I haven't read Hunger Games or seen the movie, so I don't really know anything about it, other than I heard it was like Battle Royale. But yeah, so like, for example, the book has like some people who are acting on their own and some people who are parts of factions. And the television show kind of expands some of the people acting on their own into factions just so that they have allies to talk to. Because if they were working 100% on their own, you wouldn't necessarily be able to really follow what's going on. You know what I mean? And it also seems like the show is taking some factions that existed in slightly different time periods or were engaged in slightly different conflicts and putting them together in a different way than they interacted in the books, which is good because it keeps, like, as a viewer, you're just like, oh, this is interesting. Even though I've read the books, I don't know what's going to happen in the show. Exactly. Like, I have a rough idea of how it's going to go down in the long run, assuming they don't massively change the overarching plot of the book series. But, like, okay, there's a lot of ways that you can get from the beginning of book 1 to the end of book 1 and adjust which characters are doing what and still get the same results at the end. We're talking about the book Wool by Hugh Howry and the adaptation into a TV show called Silo. Let me see if I can find a link to the book. Yeah. Here's a... This is not a sponsored link. This is just a link to the book at my local bookstore, which I am not sponsored by. But if I'm given the choice between... If I have to pick a place that I am not sponsored by to link that has the ISBN number, I'm going to pick my local bookstore over Amazon any day. Even though I don't expect anybody to order it from my local bookstore. Order it from your own local bookstore. But now you have the ISBN number and the name of the author written out and stuff. Darby says the ebook is very cheap. Oh, glad to hear it. Yeah, so that's the thing, is if you have the name of the author and the name of the book, you can find it. I know what you mean, Serena. I understood that, yeah. We've got 7 blocks worth of diamonds at this point. We are very close to our goal of 9 blocks. Okay, just in case Scar logs on, we're going to hide our coordinates. I think I need to take a hydration break. I was trying to power through, but I am getting thirsty. So, let's go ahead. Should we do that back at the button, maybe? Hey, we got more diamonds. Wait. Is this enough to get us over the top? 23, 27, 29. Woo! That's... Well, we definitely need a hydration break now, because if we're going to do a recording, I need to be fresh. So we're going to do a hydration break. Let me put up the hydration break sign. And... just as a reminder, tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. We are $3 away from the next face camera expansion milestone. Tips that come in during the break, I'll acknowledge when I get back. And let me pull up our list of people that we need to thank for Patreon music picking. Okay, so let's find our June 2023 column here. Okay. Let's see. Mr. Hardluck, who was here earlier, requested My Destinies in Tennessee. We're going to go ahead and play that now. That's about a 4-minute and 45-second song. So that's 5 minutes if you want to go get a drink, use the restroom, grab a snack, whatever. I'll be right back.
Folks say to be the very best, you gotta travel across the land. But I'm happy here had pretty good. Just out walking with my friends. So you can fly from coast to coast for all the antics of ends. But my destiny's here in Tennessee, my Pokédex in hand. You run your laps chasing licky tongues in Providence, and you arc your throws for Electabuzz in St. Louis. But when you're lost in Boston seeking Pokestops, boo-hoo, we'll all still be spinning them up on Rocket Top. It's true. Well, you can race to catch 'em all and fall flat on your face. We'll hatch our Togepi's here in Tennessee at our own predestined pace. We don't need Tanglers from Los Angeles. If you're there chasing Charizard, you're making your life way too hard. Clutching garlic, pounding pavement down Ventura Boulevard. We don't need Nidoqueens from down New Orleans. I hate to rain on solo you, but parades need a willing crew. All those squirtles on St. Charles saw you wandering and withdrew. Well, you can race to catch 'em all and fall flat on your face. We'll hatch our Togepi's here in Tennessee at our own predestined pace. We don't need Lapras from Minneapolis or Polipers from Mississippers. There's enough Weedles on Monteagle. We could evolve a swarm of Beedrill. There's enough Snubbull down to Shovel. We could team Sled with Grumble. We don't need Oregon from out in Oregon or any Pikachus from up in Massachusetts. Sorry, Professor Oklahoma, we'll raid gyms in Tullahoma. Sorry, Pokecoin Palooka, we'll hatch on hikes in Chattanooga. Well, you can race to catch 'em all and fall flat on your face. We'll hatch our Togepi's here in Tennessee at our own predestined pace. Well, you can race to catch 'em all and fall flat on your face. We'll hatch our Togepi's here in Tennessee at our own predestined pace.
Welcome back. Howdy, y'all. Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee. Welcome back from that hydration break. I hope y'all are as excited as I am. What? In fact, Leslie is excited, just tipped 4 and writes, "Evening, Joe." Well, that's going to get us a full abacus and a little past. Actually, wait, it goes this way. Boom. Little past there. Boom. So, where was that? Y'all have seen that money go straight to my head with each face camera expansion milestone that we've hit up to this point. But now, like Jacob Marley, these chains I forged in life are about to begin pulling me down to the deep below. Enter the Joes. Ba, 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 ba. Lowering the Joe opacity now to 90%. There we go. Thank you so much to the fantastic Leslie. Woo! Appreciate you. That puts us now 19 away from the next face camera expansion milestone. This is a viewer-supported stream, and tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Okay. So, let's see. Where are we at? We have just finished gathering the diamonds we need here to get the 9 blocks. So I think that we start recording the next segment at the... Do we do it from the hole or do we do it from the dumpster? I feel like the dumpster in some way is better. We want to have a longer break before we return to the mine entrance, because then it will be even more dramatic how much has changed since we got there. Bum, 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 bum. We are on our way. We're on our way. Da 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 da. I need to widen some of these mines so that it's easier to fly down them. What I think I need to do is just run down here with a bunch of TNT. Like in the shafts that have already been opened. Just run through here with a bunch of TNT and like open up the ceiling some so you can fly easier. Woo! We made it. Bum 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 bum. Dee dee dee. Dee da. Do 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 do. Dun dun dun. Dun dun. Bum 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 dun dun dun. Do 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 do. La da da. Da 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 do. Yeah, flying is definitely preferable. Vintage Cassette says, "Whoa, you made some crazy progress since the last time I was here. Looking great." Yeah, thanks. One thing we've been working on in particular is getting the plywood in with the edges on the border of the machine here. It seems like a small thing, but it actually makes a big difference when you're trying to wrap your head about this. And so there's a lot more blocks I want to remove before we come back to this in the outro of the video. We're not necessarily going to have the entire bottom of the pinball machine mined out. All the way down to the deep slate layer. I'm not saying that. But I do want to have enough of it, especially in this corner here, that you get a sense of the scale. Especially because this corner also is going to be where the power switch is. And that's going to matter. We're going to want the power switch. We're going to want the furnace access. NJ! I hope you have a fantastic time at your wedding. Glad you made it there safe. Have a fantastic evening. Bye! Okay. But yeah, this is definitely something that I'm really happy with on the whole. On the whole! Ta-da! Okay. So, I think, though, for our thing that we're filming, we need one empty slot here. And are they in that front, that hopper? No, okay, so this is just... Okay. Switch over to the recording. Setup, start recording. HermitCraft Season 9, Episode 65. Segment, oh gosh, I don't even know. Bravo or Charlie. Take one. And action. I have returned to our Twinkly Trash Co. trash pickup every Friday dumpster. You might say, Joe, why? Why would you come back to the dumpster? Isn't deep field all you need? Don't you just want to work on that pixel art? I do want to do that, general viewers. But look, we've got all of these shulker boxes full of material that I'm digging out there. Like this one, we got a bunch of these in here, you know. But basically, I dropped in about a total of 140 shulker boxes now. And it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff. And I still don't have enough shulker boxes. So my original plan was to go over to Impulses with these 9 blocks of diamond and buy, I don't know, 9 times 8. Why am I wearing these chains? Oh, forgot to take the chains off. So now that I'm out of chains, now that I'm out of shulker boxes, I thought about swinging back here to iBuy with these 9 diamond blocks to purchase another 72 shulker boxes. I mean, you know, each of the other 2 waves I've had were about 72 blocks, boxes. That seems reasonable. However, I heard that Isuma has a special deal here. What? This box? Take it and pay 9 diamond blocks at the depot, isn't it? Well, when Isuma is not busy putting out a new album, he is apparently busy putting up a sign with a very distinct British accent. But look in here. This is called, you want this box, isn't it? And I kind of do. I kind of think I want this box. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take that box. We're going to take the signs. And we are going to head to Isuma's depot and pay 9 diamond blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's not symmetrical. 8. Wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, it's not symmetrical. We can fix that. There are 9 of them. We're gonna do it right. There we go. There we go. Boom. 9 diamond blocks. We're going to write a note here. It says, thanks for the shulker boxes, X Joe. That does not have a lot of pop to it. Can we fix that? I don't know if I have anything on me to actually... And it's getting dark. We're going to fly back to my base, get some lights, and come back. This is a soft cut here. We're not stopping the recording. We're just not going to use this footage in the middle. Oh, boy. Just you take another drink. We had some white dye over here in this box. And we had some glow ink, if not over here. Up there. I think it was in this one. There we go. Evening, Tango. Hey, oh. He says, hey, 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 ho, ho. Daylight come and me wanna go home. Tango. Tango. Late night decked out. Grindo ho. Fly with a glowing sack, also some white dye. Dun 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 dun. Flying right to the depot. I like this garbage truck coming down the street. Is this a garbage truck or a street sweeper? I think it's a garbage truck. Very cute. Okay. Oh boy, I can't last sleep last night. Here we go. Bring it in. Boom, 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 boom. Get hype. Energy. Power thirst. Energy. Alrighty. I grabbed some dye and some glow ink, and I wrote, "Thanks for the shulker boxes, X. Joho." So there we go. 9 diamond blocks paid directly to Asuma at the depot. Let's be on our way and keep loading up stuff for Pearl. Time skip. Stop recording. Back to there. Take down the hydration break sign. Jevin, raiding with a party of 329. Good evening, Jevin fans. My name's Joe Hills, and here I am broadcasting live from Nashville, Tennessee, on the HermitCraft server. Let's go see my neighbors. If you're wondering where Joe Hills lives on HermitCraft, he's south of the shopping district. This is his friend Cub Fan who lives in total chaos right over here. Meanwhile, this way there's Zombie Cleo. She's on an island and you can see, whoa, that really flies really high up in the sky. I am wearing the same shirt as Jevin. I stole the idea to wear these shirts from Jevin. I had a closet full of tank tops, and I never thought to wear them on stream because I was just like, well, that's not professional. And then I'm watching a Jevin stream, and I'm like, there is a gentleman who knows how to stream professionally, and he does so in comfort. Why am I subjecting myself to this horrifying Nashvilleian heat? This terrible oppressive weather, and wearing sleeves. No! Wrong! Jevin had it figured out. So I straight up stole this idea from him. But anyway, we have been getting glimpses out of the corner of my eye at my base this season. If you've never seen my mega base this season, welcome my Jevin Raiders. Here it is. Boom. I call it the Deep Field Pinball Machine. It is a colossal scale pinball machine. 128 blocks wide, 256 blocks deep. You might say, why would you pick those strange, particularly evenly divisible numbers for that? It's because when it's done, the playfield is going to be a usable double map, like so. We are working on it top to bottom. It goes all the way up to build height. This is based on the cabinet for Scott Denise's Total Nuclear Annihilation pinball machine, which I rented and hand measured. This is not a CAD import or something. This is me with a ruler and an actual pinball machine. Down here below where the subwoofer goes is going to be our mine entrance. I was actually just doing some mining, and I bought this box from Asuma right before y'all rolled in. Cost me 9 diamond blocks. What? That's not cool! Okay. Ba-da-da-da-da. You know what? Several totems. I'm doing my spiel, zombie. Why you gotta do that? Why you gotta be that way, zombie? We're going back in. Where is he? love that. Okay, whatever. Did the zombie despawn too? Okay. Yeah, this cost me 9 diamond blocks and my life. Okay, so I don't see my boots here anywhere. Is the zombie around wearing my boots? He didn't get my hat. He didn't get my elytra. I got both my picks back. Well, did I take the boots off and forget? Let's pick this back up just so we have it. The boots I'm wearing. I thought I had netherite boots. I could turn on hitboxes. It always feels kind of cheaty. Oh, there they are. See, we got them anyway. Boom. Now we've got our netherite boots, our netherite leggings, our TCG pyramid hat. We got both our elytras. We got both our pickaxes. We got... Yep, I think we got everything back. Cool. Anyway, I just got this wild set of shulkers from Isuma for 9 diamond blocks because, let me show you this. We are mining out a lot of this underneath the pinball machine so that you can see, like, the plywood, like the grain of the plywood on the side here where the 2 planks meet. This is where the power switch is going to go. The bass speaker faces downward and has a cabinet over top of it from here. No crown from the button yet. So I'm working on this. My goal is to wrap this up toward the end of the year when the server resets. And basically, this is where the plate that holds the shooter rod will go, that plunges the ball. And this is going to be an elytra course. We're going to have pop bumpers. We're going to have other flippers. We're going to have all the stuff you'd have on a pinball playfield. I'm still designing it. It's not done, but that's the nature of a project that doesn't have to be done for 6 months, as it doesn't have to be done for 6 months. You go down the drain here. The elytra course continues, flying around. There's components. Am I going to mimic the plywood veneer? Well, on the outside of the machine, they would normally be silk screened or painted. Well, silk screens of paintings, usually. So, like, I've been doing pixel art based on actual space telescope images here. I'm really happy with how this is turning out so far. I'm taking a break from the pixel art right now because my brain is... I was up super late last night, and I have to wake up early tomorrow. So working on the pixel art isn't a great thing for me to do. I'm like, I'm just going to do some diamond mining, which I did, because I have been gathering shulker boxes full of materials from underneath here for Pearl. She just bought me a dumpster, or brought me a dumpster. And I've put about 140 shulker boxes in there so far, each of which I've colored and named with something that I think is funny, because that's the sort of person I am. I know that not all of these are going to show up in her episode, but, like, while I was naming them on stream, like, you know, people got to laugh at the jokes. So, anyway, we've got a lot of stuff for Pearl. And Isuma providing me with more boxes is going to help a lot. Okay. Pearl's never going to have to buy shulkers. Yeah, that's right. So, but yeah, Jevon Raiders, my base is just south of the shopping district here. Sometimes when people see a new Hermit's stream for the first time, they're just like, I have no idea where any of this is on the server. So now you can see that, like, it's visible. There's Cubs Museum. There's Cleo's Museum. Yep, there's a pyramid. This is Cubs TCG pyramid. My axolotl shop is right there. Am I going to do a big open? Yeah, so that's the thing is this Elytra course opening will probably be one of the last things that happens before the server shuts down. So, like, Decked Out needs 3 months, really, to... You can't open Decked Out a month before the server ends, because there's so much stuff people want to do with Decked Out once it opens. But my goal is to open the Elytra course like about 2 weeks before the server wraps up for the season as like a final event for everybody to participate in. That's like easy to film, fun hangout thing. Hey, we got a tip rolling in from Stephanie Hall for 20, which puts us one past our next face camera expansion milestone. Jevin Raiders, if you've never seen a Joe Hill stream before, you might not realize the camera gets bigger every time we hit a tipping milestone. So here we go. Expand Joe. But we also lower the Joe pasty a little bit. So we're dropping that down to 80% now. We were at 90%. Now it's easier to see through. There you go. And, you know, I'd say, like, wait, Joe, is there an upper limit on that? And I've realized I'm a single parent. I need all the help I can get. No, there is no upper limit on that. The camera will just keep getting bigger because I need to give shelter and food to a child, and that's just how we're gonna do this now. So, am I not still the Jost? Yeah, no, I am the Jost. Once it drops below 100% Joe pasty, I'm the Jost. I'm just not the Beetle Jost yet. Okay, so let's go ahead and toss this extra food and totems in there. Okay, so let's drop some of these boxes here. So you want this box. I was gonna say, I can't even make this many at once. Let's put our surplus armor from the recovery event there. Surplus elytra is going in here. Surplus garbage is going in there for right now, just to free up some inventory space. That was a mistake. We'll put that there. Fortune, silk touch, shovel. Yeah, sorry, when I die, it takes me a second sometimes to reset my stuff. Okay. Whew. Okay. So now we can take these and craft a few more shulkers. Maybe not that many. I guess we'll place that one there and that one there and that one there. And that should be all of the stuff that fell on the ground. I feel richer than even though I just spent all my diamonds, I feel richer than I've ever felt on HermitCraft. I've never had this many shulker boxes at once. This is like a wild amount of shulker boxes. I'm not ready for this. Okay, so we're gonna put these back there for now. Welcome, 46 Bonnie. Glad you could join us. Bum 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 bum. Oh wait, why am I going down here? The actual stuff I need to empty is up here. Because I've been pulling stuff from... Okay, these are the sandboxes. We don't need those right now. Making shulkers farmable was a game changer. You're right. I mean, I normally would not need this many shulkers. At most, in a normal season, I would max out at 27 shulkers, because that's enough to fill a ender chest, and then I'd be like, well, that's enough forever. I will never need more than 30 shulkers or whatever. But this season, I'm like, I spent 70 shulkers today on giving Pearl my garbage, and I need more. So, that's where we are at. So we've emptied our inventory now. What does need to go in there? We need to grab the stone and the andesite. We're saving the gravel for concrete powder for our pinball machine. There's going to be a lot of visual effects that's going to be important for. I've just been kind of throwing trash in here while I was waiting to afford those shulkers. So. Okay. Is there a still stat for shulker boxes crafted? Maybe. It's definitely more this season than any other season I've ever played. I'll tell you that. Okay, we're keeping the gravel, but we don't want to keep this. Okay, let's actually just fill this so that way each load we bring is one shulker box entirely. It's just easier to consolidate that way. Boom. Now we've got 27 slots, 27 slots. So it's this 5th one that we need to fill next. More andesite, more diorite, more everything. How many shulker boxes does Cub's ridiculously compact item storage hold? I honestly have no idea. I didn't know he had one. Andesite, cobblestone, okay. Rusty says, I just wanted to formally thank you for not letting the blocks you mine despawn on the floor. No, it's much funnier to make them someone else's problem. Like, coming through here and saying, okay, we have to make 70 joke box names and colors is a lot of fun. So we're going to go... We're queuing up the full boxes over here by our anvils and our dies. Oops. Oh, I did that wrong. Oh, boy. So full boxes are going here. Yeah, the joke names, they're throwaway jokes, but that's part of what's fun about them, is it's fun to practice just being funny and not stressing out. Like, let's just, what's a dumb name? Okay, cool, what's another dumb name? What's 70 more dumb names? Like, none of them have to be perfect. We just need to practice making a lot of them. And some of them are true gems, but a lot of them aren't. And that's fine. That's part of the fun. We're going to hold on to the mushroom bits. We do need those for possible pixel art stuff. With, don't forget my pork in the die box. Oh, thank you, GPC. Please don't yell in all caps in general, though. I did think I put 2 things in there. I would have found it eventually. Did I put my rockets in there? Yeah, I did. Tell me what at least one of the trash bags is named Throwaway Joke. Not yet, Toxic. Not yet, but soon. That's too good to not do now that you're pointing it out. Okay. So one thing I'm going to do, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to re-grab some of these. Those are the sand ones. I think we need to take the sand ones and just move them up to our sand storage up top here. Aegean says, Pearl just got a new redstone sorting system made. I feel like you're about to clog that system up. That's objectively, like, the whole goal. Like... I was like, hey, like, people, we had a HermitCraft brainstorming meeting, and people are like, oh, what are you working on? And Pearl's like, you know, I got this trash thing. It'd be really nice if people left me trash or whatever. I was like, what if I left you so much trash there was no way you could deal with it, and you had to get a redstoner to work on that with you? And a few people were like, yeah, I'd work with you on that. And I was like, okay, cool. I'm doing it. So... HermitCraft is not very organized, but, like, in general, if I'm like, is this funny enough that somebody else would... Is this a funny enough mess that somebody else would want to come clean it up? It's like, okay, cool. We're going with that then. That's what we're doing now. Yeah. So, like... I didn't tell Pearl up front, like, hey, Pearl, I'm going to drop 150 shulkers or 200 shulkers on you. I just said, is it funny if I drop in more than you expect? It's like, yeah, I could work with that. I'm like, okay, but now that I've told you that, I think I know what you expect, and I promised you more than you expect. So, I'm going to respond accordingly. There was never a moment where I was like, hey, Pearl, is this within reason? I was like, Pearl, is it okay if it's more than you expect? Yes, it's going to be more than you expect. And the fact that I've said that means it's going to be so much more. Okay, did any of these get loaded up? That one got a little bit in it. That one... So this one needs to be filtered out. Radiant Flow says, the amount of effort you put into this bit is admirable. Thank you. You know, that's the thing, is like... Everybody brings something different to the server. And I try to look at, like, what's something that only Joe Hills would do? What's something that the other hermits would look at that and go, yup, that's a Joe Hills bit. Okay. But, like, I mean, honestly, I was kind of dreading Joe taking a bit too far could be called Jover Drive, suggests Serena Higgins. That's pretty good. But yeah, so basically, we mined out and exploded out a whole bunch of this, and we've been providing Pearl with a ton of materials from it. And there's still a lot more to do. We've got kind of the primary corridor between our skeleton farm, which I'm currently protecting from TNT blasts with a waterfall. Our skeleton farm is right here, and we've also got our mega furnace directly above it. And the power switch for the pinball machine is going to come through the plywood there. The base subwoofer is going to go over that circle there. And so this is where we will fly from our furnace down to our mines. So I feel like my old tunnels were very claustrophobic, so I wanted to have a nice wide tunnel here. And this feels like a nice wide tunnel. There are some things I don't love about it. The shelves right now feel a little bit more flat than I would like, but I needed to go get more shulker boxes before I could mine this out too much. Ooh, I forgot to bring more torches with me. That is one thing, is as we clear this out, we will need to get more torches. So let's grab those. Going a bit Joverboard. That's fair. It's not a poor way to describe it. Somewhere in here we had coal and we had sticks. There we go. We have plenty of sticks. And I'm going to be mining more coal as we go, so... But if we've already got some prepared earlier, it's a good time to grab it. Yeah, that 5. Grab those sticks out of there. 1 stick. Okay, cool. No, I didn't need more toast. I needed more torches. Sorry. I'll try to enunciate better in the future. Ow, my face. Of the future. MJ says we got settled in quickly. Woo! Oh, that's nice. It's always good when you can check into a hotel and everything goes smoothly, because sometimes you, like, they give you the wrong room. Or, like one time I got, they handed me the key to somebody else's room when I checked in. Because apparently there was somebody checked into the hotel named Josephine Hill who was checking in the same time as me. And they just gave me her hotel room key. And so then I had to go back to the lobby and be like, hi, there's like a 75-year-old lady named Josephine Hill in the room that you gave me. I'm Joe Hills. Could I get my own room with my own key? Because we both made separate reservations. We don't know each other. So that took way longer than I expected. And I was carrying around my Beetlejuice suit and my David Pumpkin suit on coat hangers, too, while I was, like, having this conversation. I'm like, ugh. Oh, boy. What are the odds? The odds are 1. It happened. Dave USPS writes, the Joe Hill's difference is giving someone so much debris it takes an auto sorter a month to actually unload into chests. But now it's funny. It's funnier if I just give people this stuff rather than I mine it out and hoard it for myself. Because when I've done big digs in the past, I just kept all the material and I was like, if anybody needs it, let me know. But then, like, nobody ever let me know. Nobody ever wanted it. But now Pearl's just like, I've got this ludicrous amount of stuff. And Jev is giving her stuff, and I'm giving her stuff, and Scar's giving her stuff. It's fun. I'm not going to mine it out with moss. I tried that method, and I don't enjoy it. This just feels more natural to me. Like, I do this, and I get in a good, happy flow state. And I'm just like, yeah, this is nice. Just popping blocks and taking names. Yep, yep, yep. Okay, now we're getting a little too far from that first beacon. But, like, we got 2 beacons here. Like, a lot of people think of the Ever Given for my Season 7 build, but I also did mine out that entire gigantic caves and cliffs style cave. Like, that thing was the intersection of 3, like, mine shafts. It was just 3 hallways when I started, and by the end it was a gigantic cave. Like, multiple spawners and farms and stuff inside of it. I really like digging. It's just fun. It's a fun part of a video game I enjoy. Okay, so we're gonna run through here and place some torches because our inventory is full. Why am I not using netherite pickaxes? Because netherite is expensive. And I break picks all the time when I'm talking to chat. I don't do a good job of focusing on my pick endurance, and then the stuff breaks. And if I break netherite picks, it's like a tragedy. But if I break other stuff, nobody cares. Like, I can replace a diamond pick so fast. So I've just got like a box with like 12 diamond pickaxes now, and I just swap through them. Polaris North Star. It actually did block commerce on the HermitCraft server. That was the Strait of Gibraltar was the only way to reach the I forget what we called that central lake, the Hermiterranean Sea from the Hermitlantic, because it was the Strait of Gibraltar. Yeah, so it separated the Hermitlantic Ocean from the Hermiterranean Sea. And B-dubs actually needed to move a villager on a boat from a village on the Hermitlantic into the shopping district in the Hermiterranean Sea. And he got to my Ever Given build and had to dig a channel to bring the villager in a boat around it. So, yeah. I didn't intend to build a working model of the Ever Given, but I did build a working model of the Ever Given. Yeah, it was featured in a B-dubs video. He didn't... So the thing is, he didn't, like, I think he was worried about seeming like he was condemning me for blocking it. So he just shows in the video, like, the way was blocked, so I had to dig this channel or whatever. He didn't, like, call me out for it. But I would have been delighted if he called me out. But yeah, no, there's a video where he digs a channel to move this villager. And he's like, oh, I gotta dig a channel to move this villager because there's no straight shot. There was a straight shot up until I built the Ever Given model. I was blocking the straight shot. It me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. Yeah, some hermits are more worried about viewer backlash than others. And some of that has to do with, like, our audiences are different ages or whatever. Because I'm not ever worried about viewer backlash. Really, I'm like, if Cub does something stupid, I'll call him out on it, because I know that you guys won't be jerks to Cub. But like some of the hermits that have like bigger, younger audiences, they're like, if I complain about somebody, they'll get like a bunch of hate messages from 8-year-olds, and that sucks. But yeah, I don't think he realized how objectively funny it was that the Ever Given in particular was blocking his commerce. He's just like, oh, Joe's build is in my way. Not like, oh, Joe accidentally built a working model of the Ever Given. Just as a quick reminder, we've been streaming for 2 hours now. I do have an early morning, so I'm not going to be streaming for too much longer. But tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Yeah, the ship Ever Given. I blocked the mouth of the Hermiterranean Sea with a scale model of the Ever Given in Season 7. It was a beautiful build. I'm really proud of it. There were a lot of interesting things I had to take into account to get the scaling right. I built it on an angle, and Ren was like, Joe, there's no way this is going to come out right. And I'm like, no, I've done the math a lot. I built a lot of models. I've done a lot of thinking. I've done a lot of looking at the math. This will work. And he's like, okay, I'll help out. But, like, you know, I just don't want you to be disappointed if this doesn't come out. I'm like, I think I can do it. And we got done, and he's just like, okay, you were right. This looks great. I was like, thank you. Thank you for believing in me enough to try it, even though you were dubious. Because that's part of, like, the value of having a bunch of different artists working together, is we have different, like, expectations and different ideas of our own limitations. And, like, Ren does all sorts of wild stuff that I would never even dream of attempting. And so it's good that I'm also doing stuff that he wouldn't dream of attempting in different ways, you know? We push each other. And we encourage each other. Okay, we got full inventory, so we're going to fly back down. Let's leave some torches behind so we don't come back with a creeper in our face. Yeah, Ever Given was the ship that got lodged in the Suez Canal. And I built a scale model of it blocking the Strait of Gibraltar on HermitCraft Season 7. HermitCraft Season 7, all of the bases were built around one central island in the Hermiterranean Sea. And there was only one entrance to the Hermiterranean Sea from the Hermitlantic Ocean. and I controlled that, which was called the Strait of Gibraltar. And then I blocked it off with my Ever Given build, because I'm mean. And brilliant. Asian Live says, you did the ship blocking it before it happened, IRL? No, I did it like the week it happened. Like, I started building it before they got it dislodged. No, I wasn't like, there was no divination or prophecy involved. I didn't foresee the Ever Given getting stuck in the Suez. I didn't look at a list of ships that go through the Suez Canal and go, that's the one that's going to get stuck. But no. I saw it happen, and I was like, that's my next project. What do I need? We're doing this. Okay, I need green concrete. I need colorful wool. I need iron. Okay, let's go. This is only going to be culturally relevant for so long. I basically felt like I was in a race with the Egyptian authorities. It's like, I've got to get this ship built before the real one gets dislodged and nobody thinks about it ever again. But yeah, that ship took a long time to dislodge. That was like a whole thing. But that's the beauty of doing a show like this live, you know, where you can just pivot. You can just say, like, oh my gosh, we have to do this now. This is the most beautiful, brilliant thing, but it's only going to work in this moment. I had more time than I realized. You're not wrong. I thought, oh, they're going to get this out in like a day and a half. I got to go. Did I use a ruler to get the scale for that ship? No, I pulled up photographs of the ship, and the ship was full of shipping containers, which are an international standard. So basically, I used knowledge of the size of shipping containers and eyeballed the dimensions of the rest of the ship from that and did some basic math. But no, I didn't like go to Egypt with a ruler and say, hey, you guys busy? Mind if I jump in here real quick? They were busy. But yeah, a shipping container is a very known quantity. If you see a photo with a shipping container in it, you can deduct a lot of information visually about everything around and containing that shipping container. Dang it, we're out of range of the beacon. There we go. Do 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 no 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 no. Carson says, does simulcast require faster internet upload speed? It depends on how you do it. I send my RTMP data to a third-party server, and then that redistributes it from there. So I'm still only sending one thing. Didn't Scar also do a ship? Scar's definitely made ships before, but I don't think it was like it wasn't like a current events media darling like the Ever Given. Okay, let's switch to the fortune pick real quick. Grab this coal. And make some more torches real quick. Okay. Oh, Scar's villager boat. Gotcha, yeah. I was thinking you were talking about like some sort of like cargo ship. Because we were talking about cargo ships. Scar builds so much stuff, I can't keep track of everything. I know Corrales, I think, did a container ship. Because he did a whole port in one season. Let's put this back down here in third slot. Yeah, Corrales had like a whole like port with shipping stuff. Welcome, Modern Madness. Glad you could join us. Okay. Looks like it's almost time to lay our heads down and dream. Yeah, Corrales had a whole port city in Season 7. Do I want to do a whole Kennedy Space Center at some point? It's hard to know what size it is. Well, look at what size. So, like, there's a bunch. No, just pull up Google Maps, and you can get dimensions about the vehicle assembly building, because the vehicle assembly building at Kennedy is famously the largest building, or the largest room in the world. It might not be the tallest building, but by volume, the internal space where they actually assemble the vehicles at Kennedy Space Center is the largest building in the world for having a single room inside of it. So, yeah, pull up the VAB stuff, and then pull up a map, and then based on the footprint of the VAB, you can figure everything else out. I don't know a President Kerbal. I only know President Kennedy. Okay, so this is coming together. Loopy suggests a more practical thing to do when scaling up models is find a door in the building and then scale the building up so it matches a Minecraft door. It's not a bad approach. It never occurred to me. Smart, Loopy. Clever. Good night, Stephanie Hall. Lay your head down and dream. Yeah, I need to head to bed too. It is 10:46 here in Tennessee, and I've got an early morning. Let's actually do last call for tips. We are currently 19 away from our next face camera expansion milestone. Well, echoing clock, I mean, if Kerbal Space Center is named after the assassinated President Kerbal of their universe, then that makes sense. Because it's like a fictional game with like a parallel history to our own, I'm guessing. Am I planning on reading another book on stream? At some point, yeah. I'm not ready yet. I need a break still. Although I'm nearing the point where I need a break. Or nearing the end of the point where I needed the break. I need a break less now than I needed one right when we finished Dracula. Hey, Gritmonger! You're joining us a little bit late in the stream. I've got an early morning tomorrow, and I had a late night last night, so we're actually already planning on wrapping up. We've done last call for tips already. I'm glad you could stop by. But yeah, we are winding down for the evening. We got a lot done, but I am starting to fade. We bought a box from Asuma called You Want This Box. It took me 9 diamond blocks to get it. This row is this column is the one that we pulled a bunch of stuff from already. So anyway, yeah, so basically this box costs way less than this amount would have cost from Impulse. So we are now in the process of filling a new row of things here for our pal Pearlescent Moon. I dumped about 75 more boxes on our stream this morning. And we are making a lot of progress on this dig. This dig isn't like a must-have for me. Like, I feel like I could finish this pinball machine without having this all dug out down here. But this is the sort of thing where one thing I'm trying to do is, since we have more time this season, is I'm thinking to myself, what are the things I'm going to end up doing at the end of the season? And then I'm going to go, man, if I had done this earlier, all of this would have looked so much better the whole time. And digging out under the pinball machine so I can appreciate it from all angles is one of those things that, like, if I'm not careful, this will be my entire last week on the server, is just digging this out. And then I'll be like, oh man, it's so much more convenient to fly from my furnace to the mine entrance. Why didn't I do this 6 months ago? Anything where I'm like, because like the pixel art being done, that's cool, but like it's not the sort of thing where I'm going to be annoyed I didn't do it earlier. Whereas, like, having a way to fly between the furnaces and the mine, I'm like, I don't use the furnaces to mine path after the season ends. But I do use it now, right? So, like, digging this out so I can just fly straight down here and fly back, like, it's... yeah. Especially because we're going to start putting components in soon. Like, I'm going to a Classics tournament at District 82 at the end of June, and I'm going to be playing a bunch of old pinball machines. And that's going to be my last... during that trip, I'm going to be finalizing my plans for the playfield here. Because one of the things I don't want to do is I don't want to say, okay, I'm going to finalize the playfield on June 15th, and we're going to start putting in holes for where the pop bumpers are going to go. And then I spend 3 days at District 82, which is this pinball mecca up in Wisconsin, playing classic machines that, like, inspired this one, but, like, or from the era that inspired this one, but that, like, we don't necessarily have access to here in Nashville, because their collection has some overlap with ours in Nashville, but, like, very different stuff, right? I don't want to finalize this and start working on it and then go somewhere that has like 40 machines of the same era and feel that I've never played before. I start playing those 40 and I'm like, oh, I completely missed something. I want to rechange my design, right? So this District 82 trip at the end of June is going to be when I kind of do my final sanity check on the playfield layout. So we'll get the playfield layout in. We'll start knocking the components in. I'm going to need to bother Tango for some Blackstone at some point for the coin door. The coin door is one of those things. I think it'll look way better when it's done, but the coin door is the opposite of the tunnel down here. As soon as I put the coin door in, it's harder for me to fly around. So I kind of want to put in the coin door as close to the end as possible. Because it's just like, I like being able to fly through that big open space. I know it doesn't look good. But, I mean, I've got to have some affordances for myself, you know, here. So, yeah. So I'm really... I'm about to turn a page on my personal pinball journey with this District 82 trip at the end of the month. And once we do that, I'll basically go from like 50% confidence about my layout to, okay, we're doing it. So that's good. I'm excited about that. I'm also going to have the opportunity to inspect the artwork on a bunch of machines and make some final decisions about like translates and stuff like that. So this trip is definitely an investment. Toward the end of June. I'm super, super excited about it. Hey, speaking of our last call for tips, we actually just got 20 rolling in from Gritmonger. Woo! Thank you very much, Gritmonger. That is deeply appreciated. That's going to get us one more face camera expansion. So here we go. Expand Joe. Lowering the Joe opacity now to 70%. Woo. Yeah, also the gravel we're gathering. So there's a lot of materials we're gathering here that I'm just throwing right at Pearl because it's funny. But the gravel and some of the other materials we're gathering in the process here are actually going to be super valuable for... we're going to use a ton of gravel and concrete on this machine. And gravel's one of those things that nobody's really selling on the server. I don't have my silk touch shovel right now. That's annoying, but I can come back for it. Yeah, nobody's really selling gravel on the server. Cleo has a gravel shop, but like the amount, every time I go to use it, I'm like, Cleo, I bought you out of gravel. And she's like, again? Joe, you want to come help me refill the gravel shop? And I'm like, sure. And then I go collect a bunch of gravel with Cleo, and then I buy her out again. And she's like, Joe, you gotta go collect more gravel. I'm like, I should just really be collecting gravel on my own rather than helping you for no pay and then paying you to use the gravel. I need to, let me just reevaluate this whole situation, right? So, also let's grab some more rockets here. The Tom Sawyer business model. Yeah. I try not to be too nice to Cleo, but I feel like somebody needs to. Anyway, so I'm feeling pretty good about getting this all the way mined out to the lip here. We need to put another torch in over there. And, ooh, it is almost 11 o'clock. Like I said, I've got an early morning tomorrow for family stuff, but I will be back at 8:30 p.m. U.S. Central Time tomorrow night for my normal Saturday night stream. So I am looking forward to seeing y'all then. Let's go ahead and find somewhere that we can land here. Just appreciate the view. It doesn't look like much, but it's something. Like, this is... I mean, I don't know. It's kind of weird. Like, when I actually sit and look at this, I'm like... my brain's just like, this is a weird thing in Minecraft. And maybe that has a value. Maybe it's good to stretch our brains in that way. Let me see who is streaming out there in the broader world of Twitch at the moment. It is... Oh, is it Friday? It is Friday. It's so weird. It's a weird weeknight because we don't have school anymore. Normally I would raid Manu on Friday, but he is taking some time off. Hey! So, you know my favorite cross stitch, the In This House We Follow Groundhog Day rules cross stitch, was done by an artist named Shannon Sarr, who's actually streaming right now on Twitch under the name Frosty Plum. That's not like doxing her, because like she sells art under that name. I bought that from her. But I've known Shannon for like, I don't know, 15 years or something crazy. Like 2008-ish? 2009? That feels like a while. Anyway, yeah, Shannon is fantastic and is streaming a game that's a combination of a dungeon crawler and minesweeper called Demon Crawl. When you get over there, be polite. This is somebody I actually know IRL. Don't embarrass me. Our raid message is, howdy y'all, Joe Hills raid here. Anyway, until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring. Do. Stop streaming. Stopping the stream. Gotta